Hello and welcome to another video about the new cards coming in Verdant Conflict. We have the Wish Wilder, a 3/2 legendary for Runecraft as the first card here. It is a fanfare. If this card has been spell boosted 5 times or less, randomly put one of the following cards in your hand. If this card's been spell boosted 6 to 11 times, randomly put 2 of the following cards in your hand. If this card has been spell boosted at least 12 times, randomly put 3 of the following cards into your hand. So basically, we get a different amount of cards depending on the spell boost total. So the cards that this is pulling from as a pool is Cassiopeia, Jiraiya, Aldemrech, Demon Lord Ektar, Spawn of the Abyss, Dark Jean, and Sylvia the Condemner. I think that's all of them. I think that's how this segmented out. I had to make sure because the hyphenation for Sylvia, I think, is different. Or the Condemner is its own card. No, it's definitely not. It's Sylvia the Condemner as a title. Okay, so definitely an interesting one. It's going to be fairly cool to see this played out, as it could give you a multitude of plays, especially if you spell boost this 12 times. You get three randomly. Could be really cool. Really looking forward to just building a deck where I can pull out random legendaries from other crafts and do crazy stuff. That could be a lot of fun. Then we have Mysterion Wisdom, a new Mysteria card. Looking forward to this. It's a 2-drop bronze spell. Banish a card from your hand, put a copy of that card into your deck. Put a Mysterion Missile and a Mysterion Circle into your hand. That is actually really good. You're generating 2 extra spells on top of the spells you get, both spells which are 4-drops. Play this on, say, turn 2 or 3, and optimally get a decent turn 4 play. Of course, banishing a card as well gives you the chance to remove a card that you don't need from your hand and put it back in, like Daria, potentially giving birth to even more Daria shenanigans. So this could be nuts and unlimited. A rotation, I'm not really sure, but Mysteria could potentially get enough support that it could be interesting, so worth keeping an eye on. Then we have a Gigahand Ghulami, 2-drop 2/2 bronze for Runecraft. It is a fanfare, Earthright, gain rush, and summon a Scrap Golem. And it's got fanfare enhanced 7, and gain +4/+4. So this is not too bad, I think. Summoning a Scrap Golem and gaining rush potentially gives it some value. It is a low-cost Earthright, so it's an okay bronze. Enhanced 7 gives it extra damage potential. It's definitely a respectable bronze level card. Val's Champion DeadEyed, a 2-drop 2/2 silver card, Swordcraft Officer. So this is, of course, the redo of Val's, as we see, and his effect follows suit pretty well. Fanfare, enhance 6, banish an enemy follower or amulet, and then the evolve is destroy an enemy follower with 3 defense or less, paying homage to the 2 spells that he typically generates. So not a bad one at all, even if you just want the bottom effect of playing him as a 2/2, and evolving him for the destroying a 3 defense or less card. That's actually not bad. Plus the officer trait helps him out a little bit, and the, of course, enhance becomes really good at removing things like Elena, so Sword gets a really good out on its own. Then we have Lupin Axeman, a 2-drop 2/2 bronze card for Swordcraft, and Natura. So it is a fanfare, put a Natura and Great Tree in your hand. If there are fewer allied followers than enemy followers in play, recover 1 play point. So this adding to Sword's archetype of recovering a play point and getting effects, basically, which is pretty nice. I like that we're going to see more cards like that, and this is obviously the generic bronze 2/2 card that gives the Natura and Great Tree. So definitely pretty good for Sword. Sword's getting a nice variation of cards in this expansion, and not slowing down yet, because Levin Scholar is a 5-drop 3/4 bronze card for Swordcraft that is the 11 trait. So far we've had 3 different trait cards in a row, which is interesting for Sword. Ward Fanfare, randomly put 2 different 11 cards, excluding Levin Scholar, from your deck in your hand. So this card is also a nice tutor, and it's an okay stat line. So I really don't mind this. A decent ward, a tutor, and has 11 trait. Can't really go too wrong with that. Then we have Cannon Hermit Crab. So this is a pretty funny looking thing. Is a 6-drop 6/6 gold for Portalcraft. It's also a Natura card. At the end of your turn, if Resonance is active for you, or if an allied Natura and Great Tree is in play, summon a Cannon Hermit Crab and change its attack and defense to X, Y. X and Y are equal to half that follower's attack and defense routed up. So that is actually quite interesting. If Resonance is active, I get a Great Tree. Or if a Great Tree is in play, summon a Cannon Hermit Crab and change attack and defense. Wow. Extra equal half that this follows attack and defense. So you can get a 6/6 Hermit Crab and a 3/3 Hermit Crab, basically. Pretty effectively. Plus, since I've noticed a lot of the portal cards seem to be playing off if Resonance is active or if an allied Natura and Great Tree is, that means you can create two different variations of deck where one, you just use this card as a standard, you don't worry about the Natura archetype at all, or the other one where you focus purely on the Natura archetype and take advantage of it and not have to worry about Resonance at all, which is really interesting and quite a cool concept. Then we have Enhanced Tiger, a 4-drop 3/3 silver card. It is a Portalcraft card, and it is of course Natura. It does have a Rush, Strike. If there are no allied Natura and Great Trees in play, summon a Natura and Great Tree. If an allied Natura and Great Tree is in play, give it +1/+1. So, not too bad. It means that we get +1/+1 if it's in play. If not, we get one in play, which is fairly decent for generating net Great Trees. Rush is also not too bad for a Portalcraft card, so pretty good to take advantage of in a tight spot, and a pretty sweet artwork. I can't really say anything too bad about this card. It's overall good. We just have to wait and see how the Natura archetype really takes off. Then we have Night Prowl, a Vampire, a 6-drop 5/6 gold card. It is a Bloodcraft card, of course, and Natura. If you didn't gather by, of course, the artwork, you can always tell when it's a Bloodcraft card usually. It is a Crystallize or Crystallize 1, countdown 1, last word. If it is your turn, put a random Natura card from your deck into your hand. If it's your opponent's turn, draw a card. Fanfare, deal 2 damage to an enemy follower. If an allied Natura and Great Tree is in play, deal 2 damage to all enemy followers instead. Not a bad effect for its fanfare. It's basically a 6-drop 5/5 board clear, which is what you would aim for. The Crystallize effect isn't bad either. It's practically the countdown 1 amulet effect for 1 cost, giving you, of course, a tutor option. So I don't mind this card overall. Even if it was just for the tutor option, it's still pretty decent. Then we have Pyromancer, a 3-drop 2/3 silver card for Runecraft. It's also a Natura trait. It is fanfare. If any allied amulets are in play, return 1 to your hand and deal 1 damage to all followers. If the returned card is a Natura and Great Tree, deal 2 damage instead. So this is another board clear style card. Has some potential outside of Natura, but probably is going to be better in that style of deck, and is a decent stat line for its cost. I've noticed there's stat lines in this deck. I really like the nice 2/3, 4/5, like the 1 higher health stat lines usually, or the 1/3 stat lines usually pretty good in lower cost cards, so really not minding these at all. Then we have Horrify, Triceratops, a Dragoncraft, a Natura card. It is a 6-drop 5/5, so pretty average-ish to good. Fanfare, if an allied Natura and Great Tree If any allied Natura and Great Trees, are in play, randomly destroy one and destroy an enemy follower. Randomly destroy one and destroy one enemy follower. So okay, I get it now. It took me a second to comprehend that part of the sentence, but basically, yeah, destroy a random Natura and Great Tree, and then destroy an enemy follower. That's pretty straightforward. And then it has last word. If there are no allied Natura and Great Trees in place, summon a Natura and Great Tree, and it gains the last word remaining the same. So this destroys a Natura and Great Tree, but then allows you to summon one of its last word. Really good value, getting those trees out pretty quickly, potentially with some ramp. This card become valuable as a 6-drop, so it's got potential. I like it. Artwork's great. It's shaping up to be a really nice expansion as far as cards and artwork goes, so I'm a little excited about that. Then we have Iridescent Sphinx. It is an 8-drop 4/6 legendary for Havencraft. It does have a Crystallize 3, countdown 2, last word, summon a Tutankhamun, and then it has for its base effect, ward, fanfare, summon a Tutankhamun, give it ambush, and then of course it retains its ward. So I don't mind that. The countdown effect is going to be nice when you can get the Crystallize 3 for countdown 2 amulet with last word, summon a Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun, you can look him up. He's an old legendary. He didn't see a lot of crazy play, except for a short period in the competitive scene from memory. Overall, he was always interesting. I don't have enough opinion on him because I didn't get to play him much, but overall, I found him very mediocre. So it'll be interesting to see if that makes a big difference these days. Since we are getting a lot more Crystallize and amulet effects, he could have some potential because I remember he was, I believe, amulet synergy, so could be fun. Then we have Frenzied Werewolf, a 3-drop 3/2 silver card for Bloodcraft, also Natura. Does have a Rush, Fanfare. If an allied Natura and Great Tree is in play, gain Bane. So that's actually really decent. Gaining Bane off that should be really easy. Gives it a good potential clear again, focusing on a more control archetype for the Natura Bloodcraft, which is an interesting one. And again, great artwork. All this artwork so far is really impressing me. Next up, we have Swift Tigress. It is a 5-drop 4/4 silver card for Swordcraft. It is also a Natura card, as most of these are. It does have Rush, Fanfare. If an allied Natura and Great Tree is in play, recover 3 play points, enhance 8, gain Storm. And it does also have the Rush on the Evo. So, this card, okay. So you're playing this in Natura, you have a Great Tree on board, you get to turn 8, you play this down, you get 3 play points back, you've set this up as an 4/4 Storm card. You potentially could buff it easily with another card. You could destroy a card with the other effects. Even just using it for its base effect isn't bad. Effectively playing a 4/4 Rush for 2. Actually really interesting and really good for Sword with the recover play points mechanic. So really, really cool. Then we have Dragon Blader, an 8-drop 5/5 bronze card for Dragoncraft. Crystallize 5, countdown 3. Fanfare and last word, summon a dragon. So, Crystallize 5 countdown 3 is pretty average, I think. It's not bad, but I think it looks average. The Fanfare and last word for summoning a dragon is good. It does get Fanfare for summoning a dragon on an 8-drop as well, so that's okay. It'd be good as setup card, but it's a bit awkward. So, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this one. For bronze, as a rarity, it feels okay. I just don't know how you could utilize it in a build. It feels like one of those fillery type cards that you put in a deck just because you don't know what else to put in there. Although a lot of cards these days there are better options. There's always something better to put in a deck, typically. Passionate Pioneer is a 3-drop 2/3 bronze card for Runecraft. Fanfare, select an allied amulet and put a copy of that amulet into your hand. Subtract 1 from its cost. Oh my god, this card is gold. I love it. No, well, that's not gold. It's a bronze card, but this thing is great value. So, Witch's Cauldron, duplicated. Any Earth Sigil you want, duplicated. Reduce its cost to 0, basically, because it's subtract 1. Play it on bigger cards, reduce their cost by 1, and copy their amulets. Since it is only allied, of course, it's got to be your own, but use it on Natura and Great Tree, get a free Natura and Great Tree play out of it, so you got more generation there. It's got a 2/3 stat line, which makes it, a little bit sticky and nice as well. You're not just playing it for no reason. I really like this card. Will it be crazy good? That'll depend on if Amulet Haven decks like Natura and decks take off. But overall, this has got a really good effect if they do. If any kind of card comes into the game, maybe not in this expansion, maybe the next expansion, that could potentially make Amulet Rune decks broken, like either Earth Rune or Natura decks, this card would of course be an auto-include to me, at least. It's got no big downside to it. It's quite good. Other than being maybe a little slow, and not doing much on turn 3, it's still decent. Then we have Corrupted Bat, a 2/2 2-cost bronze card for Bloodcraft, is Natura. Fanfare, put a Natura and Great Tree in your hand. If Vengeance is active for you, gain +1 and ward. Not too shabby. I like all the Natura and Great Tree generators pretty much because, of course, it adds that support to that archetype. And having the bonus effect of if Vengeance get ward, basically I wouldn't worry about the extra attack too much, but definitely the get ward effect is a good advantage. Then we have Soul Snatcher. Is a 4-drop 3/4 bronze, one of my favourite kind of stat lines. Fanfare, Necromancy 3, summon a zombie. So that is a pretty easy card to play out. Necromancy 3 by turn 4 is super easy to get in Shadow. Summoning a zombie is basically just summoning a generic 2/2 card. Being a 4-cost 3/4, you're basically getting a 4-cost 5/6 in value alone. That's before you can Evo. If you Evo this, you're looking at a 7/8 in value stats over 2 bodies, and that's really good. Really good value for its cost. Quite like that card. Would I play it in a heap of things? Maybe not. It depends on what Shadow's looking to do in the next expansion. Is it a good card as a standalone one? Definitely. There's no drawback to this card at all. Like, Necromancy 3 is nothing in a Necromancy deck. Unless, of course, you're going for Hades, in which case, 3 Necromancy could be the difference between activating Path or not, but usually I don't worry about that too much when it comes to a, say, mid-range deck. And that is the final card for this video. I believe we've still got a few more to look at that will be coming out in the future, but this should put us pretty much up to date unless they release a card just as this video goes live for you guys, but I'm hoping and praying that won't be the case. I waited until this time of the day to make the video. It's already, for me, just past 3 p.m. It'll be later once this video comes out because I'll schedule it at least a few hours ahead. But overall, yeah, this hopefully this will be all of the cards so far that have been officially revealed on the English Twitter. That's where I gain all my card images from, because it's a lot easier to get all them together, read them to you guys, not have to worry about mistranslation or false translation from the Japanese ones, since a lot of cards get revealed on the Japanese sources or other sources that are in other languages and then have to be translated. So I usually just wait until we get the official English ones, which is usually within 24 hours of the reveals of the other cards, or just thereafter. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. It really does help out. Until next time, guys, see ya.